You pick up a pillow in a store and there are three logos on the tag: GOTS, OEKO-TEX, GREENGUARD. They all look official, and they all look like they mean roughly the same thing. Which one should a shopper trust?
All three for three different questions, and that is the part the logos hide. GOTS tells you how the fiber was grown and processed. OEKO-TEX Standard 100 tells you what is in the finished item. GREENGUARD tells you what comes out of it into the air. None of them stands in for the other two, and a product can pass one while failing another.
Start with GOTS. What is it checking?
Global Organic Textile Standard. It starts at the farm and follows the fiber through spinning, weaving, dyeing, cutting, and sewing, all the way to the label. Every facility along that chain holds its own certificate, so it is a supply chain standard rather than a single product test.
And what does it ban?
Here's the part I wish more shoppers knew. GOTS does not run a blacklist. It runs a positive list. Conventional processing asks whether a chemical is specifically banned. GOTS asks whether it is specifically permitted. And if an input is not on the approved list, it cannot go in the tank. That inversion does more work than any single banned substance on a label.
Give me a few of the banned ones anyway.
Chlorine bleaching is prohibited, so oxygen bleaching is the only route allowed. Formaldehyde, carcinogenic azo dyes, and toxic heavy metals are excluded. And there is one specific pairing worth knowing. GOTS prohibits formaldehyde and glyoxal equally.
Why does glyoxal matter?
Because glyoxal is what a mill reaches for when it wants a wrinkle-resistant finish without the word formaldehyde on the paperwork. A fabric finished that way can advertise formaldehyde-free and still fail GOTS. The certification catches the substitution the marketing claim was built to cover.
Is GOTS only about chemistry?
No, and this is the most underused thing on the certificate. Our license carries three separate claims: the fiber first, then functional wastewater treatment, mandatory at every wet processing facility with documented effluent analysis, then social criteria built on International Labor Organization core conventions applied to every processor and manufacturer in the chain. People read a GOTS logo as a farming claim, and it is a factory claim and a labor claim at the same time.
Now the one that catches most people: cover versus fill.
Most brands that call a pillow organic have certified the outer cover fabric and nothing else. The fill inside, which is the bulk of the product and the thing sitting 6 inches from your face for 8 hours, carries no certificate at all. Both versions print the same logo on the same tag.
How does someone tell those two apart?
Read what the certificate covers, then verify the number yourself. Our organic cotton and organic wool pillows and both duvets are certified as finished products, fill and cover together, under license GOTS 10229, issued by Oregon Tilth. That number goes into the public registry at global-standard.org, and you can read the scope without asking us anything.
What about your fills that are not certified?
We say so plainly on those pages. The kapok, buckwheat, and buckwool pillows have a GOTS certified organic cotton cover and a natural untreated fill that no organic certification applies to. Kapok is wild harvested, so there is no farm to audit. Buckwheat hulls are USA grown without synthetic pesticide treatment. Calling those pillows organic would stretch what the paper says.
Anything on your own label you would flag for a shopper?
Yes, the thread. Our thread is a cotton-wrapped polyester. It is GOTS approved for strength, and it is not organic, which is why we write that the finished pillow is GOTS certified and every input down to the thread is GOTS approved, and never that the thread itself is organic. Any brand claiming 100% organic materials has either not read its own certificate or is counting on you not to.
Move to OEKO-TEX. What is it doing differently?
It starts from the opposite end. It takes the assembled item, sends it to an independent lab, and screens it against more than 1,000 restricted substances. Fiber origin sits outside its scope entirely, so a conventional polyester pillowcase can hold standard 100 without any trouble.
There are class numbers on those certificates. Do they matter?
The class is most of the story. Class 1 is the strictest tier, set for products made for babies and toddlers up to age 3, because infant skin absorbs more. Class 2 covers direct skin contact, where sheets, duvet covers, and pillowcases sit. Class 3 is limited contact, and Class 4 is decor, like curtains. A certificate quoted with no class attached is not telling you much. They are also reissued annually as OEKO-TEX tightens its limits, so check the date.
Big one. Does an OEKO-TEX label mean a product is PFAS-free?
No, and that claim is everywhere right now. OEKO-TEX banned intentional PFAS use across its standards from January 1st, 2024, and it tests total fluorine content against a limit of 100 milligrams per kilogram. But a limit value is not a zero, and OEKO-TEX issues no PFAS-free seal of its own. Trace amounts under the threshold can be present, and the product still passes.
How does GOTS compare on PFAS?
Version 8.1 prohibits PFAS as inputs and holds residues under 25 parts per billion. Stricter and still a limit rather than an absolute. So the honest sentence for any brand is that no PFAS was intentionally added at any stage, under a standard that prohibits it as an input and verifies residues. Anyone printing zero or tested PFAS-free is writing past what a certificate can support.
Third logo, GREENGUARD.
Run by UL Solutions, and it asks the one question the other two skip. It puts the finished assembled product in a sealed chamber and measures what it releases into the air over time. GOTS never tests emissions, and OEKO-TEX measures substance content in the material rather than what escapes from it over weeks in your bedroom.
Gold versus the standard tier, and where does it matter most?
Gold is the tier worth looking for. It screens 360 or more volatile organic compounds, sets a formaldehyde threshold roughly 7 times lower than the standard tier, and requires compliance with California Department of Public Health Standard Method version 1.2, the emissions test schools and healthcare buildings rely on. The gold numbers are 220 micrograms per cubic meter of total volatile organic compounds and 9 micrograms for formaldehyde. It matters most on bulky assembled products, mattresses, upholstered furniture, anything with foam and adhesive in it.
Do your products carry GREENGUARD?
The pillows and duvets do not. And I would not add it for the sake of a third logo, because a loose fiber fill inside a woven cotton cover has very little to give off. The waterproof pillow protector does carry GREENGUARD Gold, alongside GOTS 10229 on its organic cotton face. That one earns it because a protector has a barrier film in it, and a film is where off-gassing would come from.
While we are on foam certificates, CertiPUR-US comes up constantly in mattress shopping.
4 specific things are worth knowing. Its widely quoted 0.5 ppm emissions figure is a unit conversion the program admits in its own guidelines. The real limit is 0.5 milligrams per cubic meter, which is 500 micrograms, more than double GREENGUARD Gold's 220. It certifies flexible polyurethane foam only, so covers, barriers, and adhesives sit outside the scope. It permits zinc pyrithione, classified as a Category 1B reproductive toxicant, and it is administered by the Alliance for Flexible Polyurethane Foam, the industry being certified. A listing that says CertiPUR-US certified mattress is describing something you cannot buy, because the program certifies foam, not finished products.
Give me the decision rule.
Trust GOTS when fiber origin, processing chemistry, and labor conditions are what you care about. Trust OEKO-TEX Standard 100 when you want the finished item screened, which is also the right benchmark for a fill that no organic standard can cover. Trust GREENGUARD Gold when the worry is what a bulky product releases into a closed room. A product carrying 2 of the 3 has been checked from 2 angles, which is a stronger signal than any single logo.
Last thing, how does someone check a claim without taking the brand's word for it?
Look for the license number, not the logo. A logo is an image file, and it can sit on a product page long after the certificate behind it lapsed. A number resolves, or it does not. GOTS publishes a searchable registry at global-standard.org. OEKO-TEX and UL both maintain verification pages, and 30 seconds of typing settles it. We have checked suppliers whose stated certification did not match what the registry showed, which is why we point people at the same public tools instead of asking them to trust our page.
3 logos, 3 questions. Fiber and factory is GOTS. Finished item chemistry is OEKO-TEX with the class number attached. And air in the room is GREENGUARD Gold. Our pillows and duvets are handmade in our New Jersey workshop, and license GOTS 10229 is public if you want to look it up. More at circadianrest.com.